Hi, Andy Oliver here on Day 5 of the London Film Festival. We're here at the opening night of writer-director's first feature, Everything Must Go, starring Mr. Will Ferrell in a non-comedic role. We'll be hoping to catch up with Mr. Dan Rush, and you can see it all here on premierscene.net. Dan, your first major feature here at the London Film Festival. You must be immensely proud.
Yes. Not as proud as my wife and my mother and father, but yes, it's an incredible honor that people here would see the movie and find it interesting and think that it translates. So I'm very excited to show it to the audience here in London.
Now, it's a movie about a man who, it could best be said, is a bit down on his luck in life, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's a fair understatement. He's lost his job. He's started drinking again. He's lost his wife, and it's mostly by fault of his own. It's cumulative, but yeah, everything's kind of happened in one day.
I guess it's important to stay close to the spirit of Raymond Carver's short story as well.
Yeah, and again, it's this idea of people don't cleanly succeed in the Raymond Carver world. Hopefully they strive for something better, but nothing's kind of neat and wrapped up with a bow in those stories.
I'm thinking about Will Ferrell being a guy who maybe in his comedy movies does a lot of improvisation in his roles. Yeah. Was there much of that on set by him in particular?
There was not. I mean, we were on a very tight schedule, and we worked very hard early on to make sure that we felt comfortable with the dialogue. There were moments where we were looking for some more comedy, and I would be a fool not to ask one of the funniest guys in the world and those things worked. But no, I mean, he was very, very disciplined and very focused every day. It was a real. I mean, I couldn't have asked as a first-time filmmaker to have a better actor.
How did you choose Will Ferrell out of all the comedy actors out there, serious role actors as well?
No, he was actually one of the very few comedic actors that I met with. But I felt like, first of all, I knew that he was a talented actor, just like a lot of other comedians. But also, this character, as you know, does a lot of unsympathetic things, and he has kind of a built-in sympathy. People want him to succeed, and I thought that could be valuable to this character.
If you were to sell the movie to the world, what would, in a few sentences, what would be the synopsis in a few sentences of why we should maybe go to see this movie, apart from the fact it's with Will Ferrell?
Sure. No. Hopefully, in addition to that, it's about characters and people that I think we all can relate to, whether they drink, whether they fail, whether they have failed relationships, and hopefully every person that sees it will relate in some way, shape, or form, and whether it's cathartic or it makes you think. Hopefully it makes you laugh a bit and it makes you cry a bit.
Do you think that the writing and directing, from a screenplay, do you think that's something else you'll take forward, or would you just want to concentrate on maybe the writing or the directing or both in the future?
It's a great question. I think if a piece of material came to me that had a sensibility that I embraced, I would skip that year-long process and jump into directing again. But I'll probably end up writing something.
Just the final question, Dan, if possible. If there's any other actors out there who you'd want to cast in a role from your next movie, whether it be a comedic role or a serious one, who would it be?
God, there's so many of them. Is
there anybody you particularly admire out there at the moment on the scene?
It's on the male. I mean, I will say this about my cast. I wouldn't have asked for anybody to replace, whether it be Will or Rebecca Hall or Laura Dern. I felt like for a first movie, I got so blessed. So if they'll all come back and work with me again, I would work with them again before anybody else.
Uncle Boonmee, the celebrated Palme d'Or winner at Cannes this year. We'll be catching up with the director of the movie in just a few moments, and you can see it all here on premierscene.net. Sawadee krip. Thank you. Welcome to Leicester Square. How does it feel to have your movie promoted here at the prestigious event like the London Film Festival?
I feel very honored because the film. In fact, the film originated here because of the UK co-production, so it's very special, in that regard.
What inspired you to make this movie and the story behind it?
In fact, it's a story that I've been wanting to make for a long time because it deals with memories, which my past film also talk about memory, but they are my own experience, my memory, my father, my love, and But for this film, it's someone else's memory. It's Uncle Boonmee, who I don't really know, and he died quite a long time ago. But he claimed to remember so many. Yeah, so this is what I'm interested in. That why the man has kind of reborn in this region, which is the same region that I grew up. And it's not such a good place to be born to, because it's poor and it's prone to political manipulation. So I would like to make a portrait about the landscape, and the place, and the custom and the people. Yeah.
You well known for using a lot of non-professional actors and using a lot of improvisation in your movies. Why do you do that in your movies?
Well, because I feel that professional actors could bring their own the public or social persona into the film, and I feel I want to present some to introduce the anonymous character, like my relation to the character is anonymous, so like that, and they can devote their total time for me. They don't have to go to game shows or on TV and stuff like that. So it's been very good experience, fresh for them and for me too. Yeah.
So you're working obviously with a very talented cast that you're very proud of.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
How did it feel to win the Palme d'Or? That's a prestigious movie event. You were showcasing your movie there, and you won a prestigious award. How did that feel?
It was like on drugs, I think, because it's high, and then it dropped, or like going to Mars or something, and now I'm back, and then it just feels surreal. But it's very good for me in a way that it really exposed my movie to audience. That I just hope that even just a few audience in the full house theater can connect with my film. That's already a success for me. Yes, very rewarding for me.
You get your inspirations from comics and a lot of old movies. Are there any particular old movies that spring to mind immediately?
Oh, in fact, no, because it's a lot of the many. I could have gone back to what I saw in the past, but I decided to just make from memory that I remember. So they are a mixture of films. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, we spoke to the celebrated director of Uncle Boonmee, the Cannes Palme d'Or winner, and you can see all the exclusive interviews and footage of the London Film Festival here at Premier Scene. This is Andy Oliver signing out.